Are you feeling so fatigued and you just cannot figure out why? My name is Maddie Cunningham. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, herbalist, and functional medicine specialist. And today I'm here to help you understand your fatigue when you're dealing with chronic based health issues. At this point, I feel like I can't look anywhere on social media without seeing people talk about high cortisol patterns. Whether it's the puffy face or different exercises to lower cortisol, everyone is talking about how to be less stressed. But often people with chronic based health issues don't really feel super stressed, but what they do feel is burnt out. This isn't difficulty getting out of bed. It's not adrenal fatigue. It's a feeling of exhaustion and difficulty showing up for your life. My goal for this video today is to help you understand that this pattern isn't random. It's not your body failing. It's an intentional downshift in order to help you heal. So if you struggle with fatigue, brain fog, low motivation, low libido, or just feeling drained even after a full night's sleep, this video will help you understand why. Let's start with the basics. Cortisol is your energy hormone. It wakes you up, stabilizes your blood sugar, supports your immune system, and yes, helps you handle stress. This is what a normal cortisol curve looks like. It's highest in the morning, what gets us up out of bed, and slowly starts to decline throughout the day. It's lowest at night, and that's when we feel sleepiest and go to bed. You'll notice there's a marker, DHEA, on here as well. Think of this as your resiliency marker. DHEA is a hormone that supports mood, resilience, recovery. It really tells us how much vitality we have towards life. Now, people with chronic-based health issues, their cortisol curves usually look like this. Their cortisol dips throughout the day, and in many cases, it's flatlined. DHEA is maybe normal, but oftentimes pretty low. So instead of feeling these high cortisol symptoms of maybe heart palpitations, restlessness, anxiety, people with this pattern often feel overwhelmed, like they're burning the candle at both ends and just really burnt out. So what we want to understand here today is why the drop in cortisol, and this is where most people get misled. When someone is having chronic-based health issues, maybe that's Lyme disease, the infections that come with it, elevated viral issues, autoimmune diseases, gut problems, mold toxicity, etc. The endocrine system, which is our hormone system, behaves really, really differently. This is intentional and predictable, and there are three mechanisms that are going on behind the surface. One is our inflammation dramatically increases. The immune system releases molecules called inflammatory cytokines that cause inflammation and an immune reaction in the body. The message of the cytokines is to reduce metabolic activity to conserve energy. So when cytokines are elevated, we have a drop in both cortisol and DHEA. The second mechanism is an allocation of resources. In order to produce cortisol, your body needs certain vitamins and minerals to be on board. But when our immune system is constantly activated and we have underlying issues, those resources get allocated elsewhere. Cholesterol, minerals, and different vitamins like vitamin C and B vitamins that are needed to produce cortisol and DHEA get allocated towards our immune system instead. This is your body choosing survival over stamina. And number three, mitochondrial health. You might remember from high school science classes that the mitochondria are the powerhouse centers of the cell. Our adrenal glands that produce cortisol really rely on mitochondria in order to function. Chronic-based health issues like infections and toxins really put a strain on mitochondrial output, making it very difficult for the adrenals to produce cortisol. This is why so many people experience brain fog, fatigue, and like you can just never get enough sleep. The most important message to understand here is that a low cortisol pattern is not your body giving up. This is your body trying to adapt. It is a protective response. When our cortisol is low, we're much less likely to have the immune system suppressed so it can go do its job. When our DHEA is low, we have less energy, so we're more likely to stay put and heal. A lower hormone profile helps the immune system stay active for longer to fight these chronic-based issues. So the real question now becomes, how can we address this pattern so the body's energy can naturally come back online? Now let's talk about the part that a lot of people get wrong. You can't force cortisol or DHEA to be back in an optimal range through supplements if there's an underlying issue that the body's protecting you from. You have to support the whole system back to a sense of stability. Here are the big areas that make a huge difference. First of all, we have to work on your metabolic foundations. This means really stable blood sugar, eating at regular intervals, adequate hydration, adequate protein intake, and consistent electrolytes. We want to support our mitochondria. This means high antioxidant intake, being able to balance movement and rest with just enough movement that we feel supported, but not that it's burning us out. And getting adequate sleep are absolutely essential for happy mitochondria. Next, we need to start reducing inflammation. This means reducing our environmental triggers if they're present, and certain supportive nutrients like potentially omega-3s. And number 4 is addressing underlying issues. This part is key. If we have really low cortisol and DHEA patterns, throwing the body into an antimicrobial protocol or a detoxification protocol is only going to make things worse. The sequence really matters here. We focus on building resiliency and stability in the body, treat the underlying issue, and then let the body systems naturally come back online. This is how people get their energy back, feel more grounded, and actually tolerate the treatment. So if you've been dealing with a low cortisol pattern or you're just feeling exhausted all the time, the problem is not your adrenals. This is an adaptive response to long-term immune overload. When you understand this, you can support your body in a way that feels grounded, aligned, and effective. If you found this video helpful to understanding your fatigue, hit subscribe. I'll be sharing more deep dives on chronic illness, wellness fads, and so much more. I'll see you soon.